Welcome. Welcome to the Bali International Arbitration and Mediation Center's course, Introduction to Alternative Dispute Resolution. As the Bali International Arbitration and Mediation Center's, or short BMC's, academic director, it's my great pleasure to welcome you here. My name is Harald Sippel, and in addition to being in charge of this course as a whole, I also lecture one module. And you have the pleasure to also listen to me in the introduction to this course. We designed this course with one big goal in mind, that is to enable you to have a very good understanding on the various processes of alternative dispute resolution which exist. This is why this course will not only speak about arbitration, as most introductory courses in the field of ADR do. It will discuss several different processes and also have one lecture where you will learn why ADR as such is used and in what situations it is well suited. This is not to say that ADR is suited at all times, and we by no means want to give the impression that ADR is the holy grail. There are many situations where litigation may well be a better option, and we do not want to give the impression that ADR is always the best option. I've been mentioning the term ADR, alternative dispute resolution, several times now. Let me clarify at this point that the way we use this term in this course mainly is that ADR is everything but court litigation. As you will learn in the course of various sessions, there are different definitions, and you will find that ADR does not necessarily have to stand for alternative dispute resolution. That being said, you should keep in mind that arbitration is included for this course. It's one of the sessions, and it's in fact an important one because arbitration is a very complex process. Generally, to really know about ADR is not easy, and it's complex, in fact. And this is why we have a various broad faculty here with a variety of speakers. Among them, our lecturers share well over 100 years of experience. Among the speakers, you find various different backgrounds. You find the, I would say, most common background of lawyer or party representative. You find that of neutral, person acting as a mediator, a person acting as an arbitrator, a person acting as an expert determiner, etc. And you also find academics among us. So this course gives you a whole range of views in addition to giving you a whole range of dispute resolution processes. Speaking of the lecturers, we have a dedicated site on our course website for the overview of each lecturer, where you can read their short bios. For most of them, this is only a fraction of what they have achieved so far and what they are doing. But it gives you a better understanding of who your lecturers are. I will further introduce every single lecturer at the outset of her or his session. And since I mentioned outset here, my recommendation is that you take this course from the outset to the very end. You can and should take breaks in between, by all means do that, but my recommendation is that you do not jump from one chapter to the other chapter, going back and forth and back and forth. my recommendation is that you follow the course as per the outline we have designed. You don't have to do that. That's entirely your choice, but we highly recommend you do so. Why is that? It's because the way we have designed the course is that a lot of the material you learn early on will be useful for later sessions. We also highly recommend that you take the quizzes at the end of each session. You further have the option to take the final exam and purchase a certificate at the end of the course. This, of course, is entirely up to you. There is no obligation to do so. You should take the quizzes at the end of each session at a minimum, because after taking them, you can test yourself if you have fully understood what is covered in the course, if you have fully mastered all the topics which are discussed. There is quite a lot in a compressed and short period of time. So just because you can follow and generally follow the videos does not necessarily mean that you really have mastered the content. Do take the time to verify whether you have fully understood everything. One final reminder before I leave you to a first session on the substance. Please do keep in mind that this course is just an introduction. It is impossible to cover every single topic in detail in an introductory course. And this is why you only get a broad overview. Now, as I said at the outset of this video, this broad overview will enable you to have a very good understanding. Our goal is that at the end of this course, you go out and you will be able to advise your client or advise your in-house team, or generally when you yourself or someone you know is in a dispute, have a better understanding on what the possible options are and why this process would be better compared to that process. As I said, not every process is always right. And at the end of the day, not even ADR is right at all times. If you are interested in deepening your knowledge and understanding, we invite you to take another course or more than one more course of those we offer. There are several other courses we offer, and many of them are much more intensive and much longer. So you will eventually get all the knowledge you need to have on a particular topic. With that, I thank you once again very much for joining us, and I wish you happy learning.